It's Big Dog Millionaire. We have Slick Nick in the all-white suit sitting on the all-white couch today trying to win a big $1 million.
Oh, you're going to rip Deal or No Deal there.
I almost did, just out of natural habit. Yeah. Nope, not the right season. We're in Millionaire season. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here today. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and turn those notifications on so you can see more exclusives as they are posted, and drop a like. Show a little love, show a little like. All right. You know how this game works? We have...
I'm aware.
Okay.
You know what's crazy now I'm thinking about it?
What's crazy?
Last time I played...
How many times have you done this? Once or twice?
This is going to be my third time. But
okay.
The second time we played, I got to the $500,000 question, got it wrong, got the $1 million question right. It was an electric episode, but I don't think our audio recorded. So we had to scrap it. So
really,
it was a really good episode. I'm upset.
Wow. So on record, you've only played once.
Correct. So the audience has only ever seen me play once.
I like that. As soon as you get close to the million, we're like, sabotage them, turn it off, ruin them. All right. So we do have 3 lifelines for you here today. Again, might be a little tough. The people that we have in the office, we have J.O., we have Gut, and we have Joe. So you can do a poll of those, but just know the people that are going into the consensus before you use that.
The real ball knowers.
Right. You have a 50-50, and then you have a +1. You can call on someone. You can phone a friend. That's what that is, all right? Cannot eat one.
What do you think about a new lifeline?
I kind of want to just let you choose any one of those 3s, and you get 3 of them.
I was thinking what could be fun is like you have like cell phone usage, but for a super limited amount of time. Like
you get one Google search.
I was gonna say
you can't click on a link.
I was gonna say like 12 seconds or something. See what you. It's almost like one of those like toy giveaways. It's like you have fucking 4 minutes in Toys R Us. Whatever you can throw in your cart and you get. Like that's what I feel like we should do as one of them. We'll take it up with the boss, JMO, when he
sure. Yeah, JMO gave me strict instructions on how to run this game, so I'm not going against him. All right. So as we always do, we're going to start with a quick
I'm going to start with the million.
Oh, yeah. Work your way backwards.
Choose that one.
Cut all the bullshit out. No. We're starting at 500 here. This should be easy, but you never know. Question number 1. Which QB did not go to a Power 5 school? Kyler Murray, Bryce Young, Daniel Jones, or Josh Allen?
Sneaky throwing Daniel Jones in there is kind of like a cunt move.
You think so?
Is Duke a Power 5 school? No, but Josh Allen went to Wyoming. So we're going to go D, final answer.
D is the correct answer. Daniel Jones played for the ACC. So there's that.
Yeah, you're right. Duke just screams like more like Ivy League than ACC when it comes to football.
That's fair. All right, so $500 out the way. We're going to move on. Make this a little snappy. This is all easy cash for you here. For a real ball knower, second question. Who had the nickname of Broadway? Deion Sanders, Joe Montana, Joe Namath, or Chad Johnson?
Joe Namath.
Is that your final answer?
You just say no.
You said Joe Namath.
Yes.
All right, can't get you off the trail there. That is correct. Just wanted to do the second guess, make sure you're right. Didn't want this game ending early. Joe Namath is Broadway Joe. No sweat so far? No worries.
Internally. Externally.
You're able to keep it cool on the surface for now.
Been here before. Been on the couch.
But let's move on to question 3. See if we can get a little more sweaty. Who has not thrown a touchdown to Odell Beckham Jr.? Eli Manning, Matthew Stafford, Deshaun Watson, or Lamar Jackson?
No, Odell was on Cleveland last year. It's got to be Deshaun. See?
Correct answer is Deshaun Watson. There we go. No worries. This is a non-issue.
No games, no tricks.
Just straight gas, straight fastballs, down the middle. $3,000. So far, this has been the easiest 2K you've probably ever made in your life. But now we move on to 3K. Which of these teams did Chris Carter start his career with? The Lions, the Eagles, the Raiders, or the Patriots?
Damn. Okay. We're officially in I just don't know territory. Thanks, Poppy.
You thinking you got to be careful with that white suit on.
This could use a stain on it.
Probably.
So hot.
Probably get a few more sales with a stain on it. You think anybody in the office knows?
Honestly, probably not. I feel like Gut would say he knows and then give me a wrong answer.
Yeah. Gut would confidently steer you the wrong way.
Mm-hmm. Like if I asked him, but I didn't give him the choices, he would immediately be like Vikings.
Yeah. Maybe you call Andrew, in-house Vikings fan? No? You don't think he knows ball like that?
Brother, when it came on like one trivia,
oh
and
no,
it was like 2015 and later, and he struggled.
I do remember that. But Chris Carter
start his career.
We'll say he played like 3 years there.
Yeah, this is just one of those questions where I just don't know the answer, and I don't think thinking about it's going to help me anymore. I only know him as a Viking.
You can phone a friend, possibly a former employee who shall not be named. We could 50-50 it.
I feel like I know the right answer, actually. I think I might just take a stab at it. I think I might just
after thinking about it
crazy right now. I'm going to go.
You're going to lock this in.
I'm going to be honest. At one point or another over the last 60 to 90 seconds, every team has felt like the right answer for me. But I actually feel confident that the answer is B, the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Steagles. The Pittsburgh Steagles.
Are we locking in B?
I'm going to lock in B.
B is the correct answer. There you go.
Just came to me. I just saw him in an Eagles jersey for some reason.
Little bit of a prayer. I'm pretty sure the Eagles like cut him or something because of some off-field issues. Some
Dub character.
Yeah.
I need to start doing that a little more around here.
Cut Hall of Famers before they break out. All right, $3,000. A little bit of a stumble, maybe not. But all lifelines still intact. We move on to $5,000. What I make in a whole year. Which Falcons head coach has the most playoff berths? Jerry Glanville, Dan Quinn, Mike Smith, or Dan Reeves? This $5,000 question was catered just for you.
I hate that.
Might be a little harder for the general public, but as a Falcons fan, feels like maybe you should know. Do you remember all these head coaches?
No. Not Jerry Glanville. Literally, actually, I have no idea who that is.
May not even be a Falcons coach.
Probably not. I hate Mike Smith. I hate that motherfucker, dude. Dan Quinn.
Think about it. Who was on the sideline leading your team during some playoffs? You think anybody in the office can help you with this one? This is a solo mish.
This is one I have to conquer.
This is your demon you have to fight. Again, 50-50, phone a friend.
Yeah, I'm not really too familiar with Jerry Glanville's game whatsoever. Mike Smith was there for a while, but he was fucking atrocious. I don't think he even has a job in football at this point. I'm not even talking about the NFL. I don't think anyone hired him post Falcons. Dan Quinn was around for the run, but I don't think we made a playoff since 2017. I don't know how long. His era was, I guess, long. Maybe. Ugh. Really gonna go with fucking Dan Quinn? Is it Mike the Cunt Smith? I feel like he was there for so long. I might just be making that up. My hatred runs deep with him, so It's a big era in my head. Yeah, my brain has a lot of Mike Smith going on. I don't even know who I would phone for this. Yeah, no, I don't know who would know this off the top of their head.
You want to use a 50-50?
Yeah, let's go with 50-50.
All right, I will tell you, it is not one of the Dans.
Oh no, I quite literally don't know who Jerry Glanville is. I kind of feel like Mike Smith was around for most of the beginning of the Matt Ryan era and pretty deep into it. I'll go Mike Smith.
The correct answer is Mike Smith. 4 playoff berths, the most
hurts.
in Falcons history.
That
I think
hurts a lot.
Dan Quinn either has 2 or 3, and then I think Jerry and Reeves only have 1.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. But we move on. $5,000 in the pocket. There we go.
That one didn't feel good.
It's not about feeling good. It's about getting results.
You're right. Let's lock back in.
Thought that one might be easier for you, but I thought you would vividly remember Mike Smith more.
Yeah. Oh, I vividly remember him.
But in a negative way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything that went wrong, I blame on him.
Sure.
Sure, the 4 playoff appearances
To this day,
are fine.
how could Mike Smith draft Michael Penix? How dare he?
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the $10,000 question, which is, in 2023, which team had a trio of players to surpass 900 receiving yards? The Dolphins, the Cowboys, Commanders, or Vikings?
Wow. Okay. Let's think about this. Dolphins, Hill and Wild probably. Definitely didn't have a third there. Cowboys, CD, even if Cooks got there, which I don't even feel like he did. Gallup was fucking cheeks. But I know the right answer has a tight end in here, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Commanders, Terry did it. Curtis Samuel might have even got there, but I feel like Jahan Dotson was so cheeky that he didn't. I kind of think the answer is D. Jefferson, Addison, and Hockenstein. Hockenstein got hurt late. Definitely between the boys and the Vikings. I don't think Ferguson got to 900. It feels a little risky going with Hawk, who got hurt. But did Hawk get hurt in the regular season? I think he did. Oh, no, gutter stains. I'm going to go with D, the Vikings. I'm going to lock that in.
Vikings is the correct answer. Hawkinson, Jefferson, and Addison, even with a half season of Kirk Cousins, they made it. Joshua Dobbs, Nick Mullins, whoever else they had, Jaron Hall.
Some goats.
You were actually at $10,000. Forgot to take the last one off. $10,000 in the bank.
See, what's funny is that question to me
way easier than the Falcons.
So much easier than the Falcons or the Chris Carter ones. Anything historically, I just don't give a fuck about.
That's why I was kind of tailored to you a little bit. But
all right, million.
Never know. All right, let's go to $20,000. Big money, big money. Who has thrown the most Super Bowl interceptions? Kurt Warner, John Elway, Peyton Manning, or Joe Theismann?
Yeah. See, this is no fucking idea.
Caked.
I don't think polling the office is going to help.
Think you need a phone, a buddy? Call God?
This is another one that no one would have this answer off the top of their head, I don't think.
Maybe talk it through a little bit.
Yeah, Joe Theismann, I have no fucking idea what he was doing. Peyton Manning, I will say the one play that keeps coming back to me is the pick six he threw in the Super Bowl to, who's the Saints D-back? Who was that guy? You remember?
Yeah.
It was like an iconic play. You're not going to tell me?
I think his name was Tracy Porter.
Yeah, Tracy Porter.
Tracy Porter.
Kurt Warner, he was getting there quite often. Maybe that. It could be. I actually don't know who's been to more Super Bowls between Peyton and Kurt. I feel like Kurt has. John Elway's a guy that's in trivias, but I just don't give a fuck about him. There's just so many guys I don't care about, so I don't retain any information about them, you know?
Sure.
Elway, he's on that highway.
He's in that tier of don't care.
Don't give a fuck about you. Joe, John. You know what I actually just remembered, too, from the last Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
What's that?
I called one of the kids from Nerd Sesh.
Oh, yeah, you could do that.
And he just ripped my fucking answer in a second. It was sick.
You should. Dial him up.
I'm calling him like twice in 2-week period.
Be like, last one didn't count.
It's devastating. I kind of want to just go for it.
Want to just rip it?
Yeah. I'm getting the don't care people out of the way, even if they're the right answer. Don't care. Kurt Warner or Peyton Manning. I feel like Kurt's good, though. It's so fucking Joe Theismann. Right, Gut? Right, Joe?
Gut, I think just based on his stone cold face, feels like he feels pretty confident about the answer.
Kids, fuck John Joe and give me fucking... Oh, it's so John Elway, isn't it? You son of a bitch. How many fucking Super Bowls is John Elway in? You could tell me 1. You could tell me 6. It's probably 3. I think it was 3. Should I go with John?
You should just go with an answer or a lifeline.
I feel like John Elway's a fucking fraud to the highest degree. I'm going to lock in B.
You're going to lock in John Elway. John Elway is the correct answer. What a fucking escape. Oh, my God. I thought for sure we were going to end here.
Woo!
You
Johnny,
you just
baby!
ignoring the old guys just because you didn't know exactly who they were was like crazy.
The only thing I remember about John Elway is I feel like every time we fucking talk about him, we just end up concluding that he's a fraud.
I don't know if it's like fraud, but he's also played in the most Super Bowls. Granted,
okay,
like he has
5, 4.
I think he has 8 interceptions. But in
Super Bowls did he play in though?
4, I think. Okay. So Joe Theismann, I don't remember how many he had, but he's only played in 2. Warner's played in 2. Manning might have had 5, but I don't think.
I might be the greatest.
Who? Manning has 5.
Yeah, actually,
or Super Bowl appearances.
Super Bowl.
He has 5 Super Bowl interceptions.
4 appearances.
Yeah.
Yeah, Manning 5 picks, 4 appearances.
Theismann has 4.
Theismann has 4 in 2 games.
Who else was on the
And then Kurt Warner, I think, has like 2 in 2 games, or maybe.
He only went to 2.
Yeah, 1 with the Steelers. Or
Kurt Warner's not even on this.
he went.
LA has 8 though. Terry Bradshaw is 9.
Okay. If you had put in Bradshaw in here, I just would have went with him because I knew he'd been in a fuckload.
All right, so 20,000 to the dome.
That might be the GOAT.
We're more than halfway there. We're getting real close.
Bank is shaking right now.
Sexual Bankerson is sweating. All right, question for $30,000. Which of these players has not won a Super Bowl with multiple teams? Desmond Howard, Ed McCaffrey, Chris Long, Jason Pierre-Paul.
Oh, man.
Initial thoughts?
I go to what I know. Pierre-Paul, feel confident that he did it with, I think, the Giants and the Bucks. I'm losing confidence with every second passing. Ed McCaffrey, I have no fucking idea.
Still have a phone a friend. Still have a poll.
The poll is actually useless. I'm getting a minimum at least 2 just flat-out guesses if I poll 3 people in here. And I'd say minimum because yours probably would be a fucking guess, too. You know, 1 player on the list, right?
Pretty much.
Same, though. Something's rumbling in my stomach, Tony.
What's the stomach saying?
Desmond looking fucking crispy up there. You can't hide from me. I couldn't even tell you another team that Chris Long played on. I don't know his career. I don't care. Is it Ed? He was on 1 team. Nah, Ed was... Am I making up that he went to the 49ers at one point?
You tell me. We need an answer here or a lifeline used.
I'm going to use my lifeline.
All right. What's the lifeline?
I'm going to use the only one that matters.
Is it Matt or Nerd Sesh?
What do you mean insanity?
Chill.
What do you want me to do? You want me to call you? All right, fuck it. I'm finna call Gut.
All right, Gut, just get over here on the mic. Using a lifeline, calling a friend. I think you can pick up the other mic.
He only did it with the Bronx?
I think he was only a Bronco.
I don't like that you said I think.
Yeah, I think Chris Long did it with, well, I know Chris Long did it with the Birds. I think he was a Patriot. I think he was also a Bronco. Pierre-Paul did it with Giants, and he did it with
Bucks.
Bucks. Howard was a Packer, and I think he went to like 5 teams. I think he also was a Patriot in like the early 2000s.
So you're just confident that Ed
And I know
McCaffrey
Ed, I think
just did
I'm
it
like
with Denver.
99% sure Ed is just a Bronco off of theme teams in Madden. Like 99% sure I've never seen him on another theme team. Yeah, that's what I'm going with.
I don't like that smile. I wish I didn't call you on the couch.
Yeah, it's Ed. Lock it in. He's a Bronco.
All right. Well, I'm not going to fade that at this point. We're going to ride with Ed.
All right, Ed McCaffrey, winner of the Super Bowl with the Broncos and the 49ers.
He's a Niner.
It was a
He was a 49er.
Is
won
Desmond Howard?
Desmond Howard had the Super Bowl MVP with the Packers and nobody else.
I fucking knew it. God damn it.
I
Magic
almost
Club
bursted
made it
out laughing, being like, you're not going to ask me a McCaffrey question?
He was a Niner?
He was a
what year?
Niner. I don't remember, Joe. You want to do a
knew
quick
that.
Google search? I know he won one with the Niners. Desmond Howard. Desmond
that's who
Howard
I
played
thought
for
that-
a bunch of other teams afterwards, but never made it
played
back
for
to a
like
Super
5
Bowl.
teams.
Yeah.
He was on so many
Get
fucking
off. Get the fuck off.
McCaffrey was only on the San Francisco 49ers for 1 year, 1994.
1994. Yeah. That was their most dominant year of the 49ers with Ed McCaffrey.
That was a gutless question.
I
I've never
was trying so hard to not burst out laughing. 99% sure it was Ed McCaffrey.
This is out of
Played for
control.
the Lions.
Keep going.
Yeah, we'll keep playing. Golden moment in trivia history right
Whoa.
there.
Whoa,
No, I feel like you were kind of leaning towards Howard too. Like you were.
Dude, I literally said, I was like, I think,
Yeah.
I would have guessed Howard. I wanted to rip
I feel like
that.
he was just.
He does have one of the Super Bowl MVPs for the Packers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I just knew he won the Heisman. And was
And I don't know, yeah. I like obviously Ed with the Broncos, and then it
one
came
point.
back to me, but then I couldn't tell. Oh, it was like the Mandela effect, where I was like, I'm just saying that because C-Mac's there now,
Right.
kind of thing. But
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna put 30,000 away. Unfortunately, that is where the correct answers have come to a
you're actually
going
going to take that out of his bank account next time he comes on the show.
All right, we'll go through the other questions here, even though we aren't going to be millionaires, just for shits and gigs. This one I think you might be sneaky good at, but I do think it is tough. We have, which pair of running backs had the most combined rushing yards in their rookie season? Was it Kareem Hunt and Lenny, Alfred Morris and Doug, Matt Forte and Steve Slayton, or Mike Anderson and Jamal Lewis? So obviously these guys were rookies in the same year.
Yeah.
So combined, who had the most?
Damn, I'm not really sure what Anderson and Lewis were doing as rookies. My gut goes right to Morris and Martin. Kareem had like 1,300. I want to say Lenny rushed for probably like 1,000, maybe 1,100. Steve Slayton had a good rookie year. Kind of feel like Matt Forte probably didn't. Morris, I feel like went for like 1,500. Like 14 or 15. Stop laughing over there.
They were both 2017.
17. I think you wanted me to go Kareem Hunt and Leonard Fournette. I feel like Morris and Martin were both. I think they set the bar pretty fucking high to top them. I'm just actually going to go B. Locked in.
B is correct.
Dub.
A was actually the one that you were supposed to like write off immediately.
Okay.
They were by far the farthest away. I thought maybe you get tripped up with Steve Slayton because I feel like that's your boy. So
I feel like Alf just set the bar too high. Like, I think he went for like
Yeah.
15 as a rookie. So it's like,
in terms of like old time, I think Morris is 5th and Doug Martin might be like 8th or something. Like they're both really up there.
next.
All right. After that, we had, which of these colleges did not have a QB drafted in the first round of 2011? Missouri, Florida State, Washington, or Ohio State?
2011?
You remember whose draft class that is, right?
Yeah, only one of the quarterbacks, though.
So who are the other quarterbacks in that first round?
Well, mine goes to Washington just because I could think of quarterbacks that went to Missouri, Florida State, Ohio State that were first rounders in that time period. I don't know if they're that draft class, though. I think the year's probably off. Probably wouldn't take Ohio State. Missouri feels like they had at least a couple options that could have went first. Florida State, I guess if it's not EJ, feels a little bit like a trap then. And Washington feels like a trap. I think I'd ultimately probably go with Washington, see.
The correct answer is Ohio State.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so Missouri was Blaine Gabbert.
Okay.
Jake Locker was Washington.
Oh, Locker. Okay.
Locker was Washington, right? And then Ponder was Florida State. I might have got those two mixed up. Yeah, Ohio State quarterback at that time was Terrell Pryor.
Okay. They just had so many, like, good college QBs
Right.
in that, like, time period that I figured maybe one just kind of got in there somehow, even if he wasn't good.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so that was for 50 grand. For 250 grand, which of these players is a true first ballot Hall of Famer? Champ Bailey, Ty Law, Isaac Bruce, Jerome Bettis.
God.
So for what I mean by true is like as soon as they were eligible, they got elected.
Yeah.
Because technically, first ballot, you could be retired for like 15 years, and then
I feel
when
like
you're
they
first
all
eligible,
should
you
be.
make it. But
feel like they all should be outside of Jerome Bettis, which makes me feel like it's probably Jerome. I kind of feel like this feels like you put Jerome Bettis on there for me to overthink the fuck out of this question. I think he's a bona fide fraud. No, I think it's Champ Bailey. Hey,
It is Champ Bailey. Champ Bailey, the only true first ballot Hall of Famer here.
he was really him. He was him.
Yeah, he was. Sure. I also thought maybe you could, because all the other guys got elected into the Hall of Fame fairly recently, from like 2015 on. So if you wanted to do the math, might have been able to put that together.
Champ Bailey's the only one I look at him like he was.
Yeah.
Like there was never any question about him. Yeah.
I mean, dude, Isaac Bruce was like
him
that too.
But I feel like we've had conversations about how was he not a first ballot?
Really?
Something, yeah.
Okay.
Something triggered in me.
All right. And then for $500,000 in the classic Rams versus Chiefs Monday night game, which player did not score multiple touchdowns?
Okay. I so vividly remember watching this game. I don't remember the answer to this question. There's a part of me that feels like it sneaky might be. I feel like Tyreek Hill went for like 200 plus yards and might have only got in the end zone once. Chris Conley was like the perfect deep ball guy that does nothing but score long touchdowns. Gerald Everett, Gurley was GOAT at this time. All he did was score touchdowns. Could have been him, but
You had to go with something.
yeah, I'd pick between Hill and Everett. I think I'm probably way overthinking this, but I think I might actually settle on Tyreek Hill. Hey,
Correct answer is Todd Gurley.
okay,
He actually had 0 touchdowns that game.
really?
Obviously a great year from him, but Everett, Conley, Hill all found the end zone twice. Gurley did not. So that was for $500,000 for the million question. You were going to fucking hate me for this one if we ever got here. But who is the 1935 Heisman winner and first ever player drafted into the NFL?
35 Heisman winner.
Dub Jones. The only name I'm even remotely familiar with is Otto Graham. But like I can't imagine you just put that in there as if Dub Jones is such a dub. Bill Dudley feels like the right answer, but I'm Jay Bern Wagner's the GOAT. I'm gonna lock in it ain't Dub. It can't be. I think it's Bill Dudley.
It's Jay Burr Wagner.
Fuck!
I was hoping that if we got to this point for the win, you just go with Dub Jones because his name's Dub.
Yeah, there's no way I would have went with the right side, just given that they're too memey.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, Jay Burr Wagner. And funny enough, I was looking it up. So he won the first ever Heisman, was drafted number 1 overall, and elected to not play in the NFL because at the time you didn't make shit.
Like a fucking $1,000.
Yeah.
A year.
It was such a poverty job to have that he was
alive right now.
Hell, what? No.
What?
Dude, he was born in like 1915 probably. You think he's 110 years old?
Why not? You're a Heisman winner and the first overall pick. Like you're like
you don't die.
You're like
legends don't die.
Yeah. I wonder what year he was like, fuck, I fucked up. I got what? 1985, 1995.
Yeah. No, what's funny is you go back and look at those drafts too. Being 10th overall, you were like middle second round. Because there's only like 8. There's only like 6 or 8 teams. So
like a rookie draft.
Yeah. Looking at that old shit was hilarious. Anyways, you capped out at $30,000. Not the best showing, not the worst showing. You learned who your friends were. You learned who your enemies. You know who you can trust, who you can't trust anymore. That was Big Dog Millionaire. Thanks for showing up. We'll be back for some more trivia. Again, make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you like this video. Share it with your mother and your father and your sons and your brothers and everybody else. That's all we got. We'll be back.